I never thought sXXing my boyfriend on a Chicago skyscraper observation deck would end with me nearly falling over the edge and him catching me at the last second, but here we are. I'm a 28-year-old marketing manager, and this is the story of how one midnight adventure seeking the ultimate romantic view turned into a near-death experience that left me with panic attacks, trust issues, and a permanent fear of heights that changed both of us forever. Daniel and I had been together 18 months when this happened. We met at a tech conference. Both presenting. Both in marketing and product fields. Hit it off immediately over bad hotel coffee and complaints about keynote speakers. Exchanged numbers. Started dating long distance at first. He was in Chicago. I was in Milwaukee. Made it work. By month 6 I'd moved to Chicago for the relationship and a better job. By year 1 we were living together. Planning future. Talking marriage. Daniel was always a romantic. Big gestures. Surprise trips. Elaborate date plans. I loved that about him. Made me feel special. Valued. Like he was always thinking about how to make me happy. That quality is what led to the observation deck. His desire to create perfect romantic moment. To give me experience I'd never forget. He succeeded. Just not the way he intended. That November he told me he had a surprise planned. Friday night. Dress warm but nice. Be ready by 11 p.m. Wouldn't tell me more. I was excited. Loved his surprises. Usually involved restaurants or shows or adventures. Got dressed. Black jeans. Nice sweater. Warm jacket. Boots. He picked me up at 11. We drove downtown. Parked near Willis Tower. I asked if we were going up. He smiled. Said yes, but better than normal tourist visit. Said he'd arranged something special. We walked to the building. Service entrance. Security guard waiting. Daniel spoke with him. Showed something on his phone. Confirmation probably. Guard nodded. Let us through. We were getting after hours private access. To the observation deck. Just us. Empty building. Incredible. Took the elevator up. 70 floors. 103 actually, but the observation deck is on 70. Fast elevator. Ears popping. Daniel holding my hand. Both excited. Doors opened. We stepped out into empty observation area. Dark except emergency lighting and city lights through windows. Silent except building sounds. Hum of ventilation. Creak of structure. We walked to the windows. The view was breathtaking. Chicago spread out below. Grid of lights stretching to horizon. Lake Michigan black void to the east. Other buildings lit up around us. Could see cars tiny on streets. People smaller than ants. We were so high. Higher than I'd ever been in a building. Made me dizzy. Excited. Terrified. All at once. Daniel pulled me close. Said he'd always wanted to do this. Give me view of Chicago at night. Just us. No crowds. No tourists. Perfect romantic moment. He kissed me. I kissed back. The height added intensity. Made everything feel more charged. More significant. Like we were literally on top of the world. We walked around the deck. Looking out different windows. Different views. Each spectacular. Each dizzying. Came to the outdoor section. Skydeck has outdoor balcony. Higher floor. Protected by glass and metal rails. Daniel said we could go out there. Guard had given him access. Special permission. I hesitated. Outside felt more dangerous. More exposed. But he insisted. Said it would be amazing. Trusted him. Followed him out. The outdoor deck was incredible. Wind whipping. Cold air. Stars above. City below. Nothing between us and edge except railing. Metal barrier maybe chest high. I stayed back. Away from edge. Daniel walked closer. Said come see. Said it's safe. Rails are solid. Building is engineered. Nothing to fear. I moved closer. Slowly. Aware of the drop. Of the empty space. Of how far down was. Got to the railing. Looked over. Mistake. Immediate vertigo. Could see straight down. 70 floors. 1,000 feet. Street barely visible. My stomach dropped. Legs went weak. Daniel put arm around me. Said it's okay. I've got you. Pulled me close. We stood there. Wind and height and fear and attraction all mixing. Creating intensity I'd never felt. We started kissing again. More urgently. His hands on my waist. Mine gripping his jacket. Gripping him for stability. For safety. For grounding in the midst of this exposure. The kissing got more intense. More passionate. We moved closer to the railing. Leaning against it. Using it for support. Getting caught up in moment. In sensation. In each other. I shifted position. Wanted to see his face. Turned slightly. Put my hand back on railing for balance. But the metal was slick. Condensation maybe. Or ice. My hand slipped. Lost grip. Lost balance. Started tilting backward. Toward the edge. Toward the drop. Toward death. Daniel's hand shot out. Grabbed my arm. Hard grip. Painful but necessary. Pulled me forward. Away from edge. Back to safety. We both fell against the railing on safe side. Hearts pounding. Breathing hard. Processing what just happened. How close I'd come. How easily I could have gone over. Could have fallen. Could have died. I started shaking. Full body shaking. Couldn't stop. Couldn't breathe right. Panic attack. First one I'd ever had. Chest tight. Vision narrowing. Hyperventilating. Daniel held me. Kept saying it's okay. You're safe. I've got you. You're not falling. You're safe. Repeated it over and over. Trying to ground me. To bring me back from panic. Intercom crackled. Guard's voice. Asking if we were okay. Said they saw something on cameras. Saw me slip. Saw us fall against railing. Were we hurt? Did we need help? Daniel said we were okay. But we'd be coming down. Needed to leave. Guard said yes please. Exit immediately. This was emergency protocol. We went inside. To the elevator. Down to ground level. Guard was waiting. Looked concerned. Asked if I needed medical attention. I said no. Just scared. Just shaken. He said he'd seen the footage. Said I was lucky. Said that railing probably saved my life. That if I'd gone over the edge. Different story. Didn't need to finish. We all knew. Left the building. Got in car. Daniel tried to start it. Hands shaking too much. Took 3 tries to get key in ignition. Finally started. Drove to my apartment. Neither of us spoke. Both processing. Both dealing with adrenaline crash. Both aware how different this night could have ended. Got inside. I went straight to bathroom. Threw up. Fear and adrenaline making me sick. Sat on floor. Daniel came in. Sat with me. Held me while I cried. While I shook. While I processed how close I'd come to dying. How his romantic gesture had nearly killed me. How stupid we'd both been to XXX on observation deck with slick railings and high winds and 1,000-foot drop. That night neither of us slept. I'd close my eyes and see the edge. Feel the slip. Feel the tilt backward. Feel the certainty of falling. Jerk awake gasping. Heart racing. Daniel would hold me. Tell me it's okay. But he looked haunted. Looked guilty. Looked like he was replaying it too. His girlfriend nearly dying because of his romantic plan. Next morning we looked terrible. Exhausted. Traumatized. Sat at kitchen table with coffee. Finally talked about it. Daniel said he was so sorry. He'd wanted to give me special experience. Instead nearly got me killed. He couldn't forgive himself. I said it was accident. Could have happened to anyone. But even saying it felt wrong. It wasn't random. We'd created the conditions. The risk. The danger. Both of us. Days after I couldn't function normally. Would be at work and suddenly feel the panic. The vertigo. The sensation of falling. Would have to leave. Go somewhere private. Breathe through it. Happened multiple times a day. Random triggers. Heights. Railings. Wind. All of it bringing back the terror. I couldn't escape it. Daniel was similar. Depressed. Withdrawn. Guilty. Every time he looked at me he saw what almost happened. Saw me going over. Saw losing me. Saw being responsible. The guilt was eating him. Destroying him. We were both broken. Both traumatized. Both wondering if we could recover. Week after I started having panic attacks at night. Waking up screaming. Thinking I was falling. Daniel would wake me. Ground me. Tell me where we were. What was real? What was nightmare? But it kept happening. Every night. Sometimes multiple times. Sleep deprivation making everything worse. Making healing impossible. 2 weeks after Daniel insisted we see someone. Therapist. Someone who specialized in trauma. We went together. Told the story. The therapist diagnosed us both with acute stress reaction. Said the near-death experience had created trauma response. Said we needed to process it. Work through it. Couldn't just ignore it and hope it got better. Started going weekly. Individual and couples sessions. Learning about trauma. About how brain processes near death. About why the flashbacks and panic and guilt. Understanding helped some. Made it feel less like we were crazy. More like we were having normal response to abnormal event. But knowledge didn't stop the symptoms. Didn't stop the fear. Months passed. Slowly got better. Panic attacks decreased. From daily to weekly to occasional. Sleep improved. Still had nightmares but less frequent. Less intense. Daniel's guilt lessened as I healed. As he saw me getting stronger. As we worked through it together in therapy. We were recovering. Slowly. Painfully. But recovering. 6 months after the deck, things were mostly stable. Could function normally most days. Could go to work. See friends. Live life. Still couldn't handle heights. Couldn't be near edges. Couldn't even watch movies with falling scenes without anxiety. But otherwise okay. Daniel was okay too. Less depressed. Less guilty. More like himself. But changed. More cautious. More protective. More aware of danger everywhere. Our relationship changed. Became more serious. More stable. Less about excitement and adventure. More about safety and trust and commitment. The near-death had forced us to confront mortality. Confront what we meant to each other. Confront how easily everything could end. Made us more intentional. More grateful. More aware of what we had. Year after Daniel proposed. At home. Living room. Nothing dramatic. Nothing risky. Just him and me and a ring and a promise to keep choosing each other. To keep building this life. To never take it for granted. After nearly losing it. I said yes. We're getting married next summer. Small wedding. Ground level venue. Nothing high. Nothing scary. Just love and commitment and choosing safety over adventure. I still think about that night. The observation deck. The slip. The catch. The terror. Think about how differently it could have ended. How Daniel might be alone. How my family might be mourning. How 1 second changes everything. Makes me grateful for every day. Every moment. Every boring, safe, ordinary day. That's what I learned at the top of Willis Tower. That life is precious. That safety matters. That adventure isn't worth death. And I carry that into every day. Every choice. Every moment with Daniel. Choosing life. Choosing love. Choosing being here over chasing thrills that could end it all.